Hi, Guido Fox hier. Welkom bij een nieuw spiritual book report. Today I want to discuss with you the book The Divine Melody from Osho. Nearly 250 pages of spiritual knowledge that leads to more inner happiness, inner ecstatic feelings, and more sensitivity. And that is a subject what I want to discuss. First of all, your sensitivity will be growing as hell if you're going more and more in spirituality and meditation. Your sense about intentions of people, your intuition, feelings, your inner emotional world will become heavier and heavier, so you can feel much more, not only in yourself but also what's happening in the other. So you have a very, very high empathic feelings about the other. You can feel really what is going on in the other person. That is a positive thing. Can be also tiring, so you become very sensitive for others' feelings. So there is some trait of balance there, right? Because otherwise, there's one side, there is some lackage because there is someone coming in your energy field. Other side, you can support another if you feel there is something happening with a person or she or he is not happy. You can feel that really. So there's always, if you're becoming more sensitive and more spiritual awaked, you have always the balance from who I let in or who I not let in by myself. And that's, of course, the question you have to ask by yourself. And with your sensitivity, and your sensitivity is growing and growing, who you let in your life for long term or not. And with your sensitivity and your wonderful intuition, Mary, feelings, you can feel what is going on in groups, in settings, that you can walk away in freedom. So you don't have to care for everyone. You don't have to care for a specific person if you don't want to do that. So your sensitivity can be a plus to support and heal people who you like to heal, who you want to be with. If you don't want to be with someone, then let it go, right? So there's always a free choice. And I knew, as a very sensitive person for feelings and group dynamics, and feel already if there's some distraction is coming to me. I learned more and more where I want to spend my powerful energy to. So I don't feel guilty anymore if I don't want to see someone who I don't like, or I put so much energy in. I think, oh, that's energy is going in a low water hole, right? So why I should put energy in someone if I don't get energy back from it? So be a little bit more critical as a sensitive guy or woman who is into spirituality and meditation if you want to really help someone, or you do it because you feel probably guilty. And guilty conditioning, like shame conditioning, are heavily imprinted by society conditioning. So feeling guilty if you don't, someone wants to help, and that is not good that you feel guilty about it. So guilt is also a very low spiritual um, level. If you're constantly feeling guilty about some actions, if you don't want to help someone anymore. So be free from guilt. That's a very important lesson here. But also be a little bit more critical who you want to have in your life and who you want to support you, because of your sensitivity you have a very big feeling and you're long term attached to a person, physical but also mentally. As a sensitive person, you're very mentally also connected to a person for long term, even if you say goodbye to the person. It can cost years of years to come over some relationship or close work relationship or friendship. It goes to your mind and it turns around there. So as a sensitive, high sensitive people, be aware which you going with. I think it's very important lesson here. What Osho was mentioned, and make here more and big story out. But your sensitivity grows and grows with more and more meditation, and use it in a positive sense. Page 21 was that. Page 29, become thirsty. And the last weeks, months, I'm much more thirsty for meditation. I see that my rational phase is becoming over and over. I read so many books. I think no ever coach reached so much proven material. I prove that I read a book, I summarized, I make a video about it. A lot of people I know, they read a little bit in their bed and then say that they read a lot of books, or they have a bookstore, or in their room, write a lot of books, but they didn't read anything on only the first page. But I read and summarized, and then I prepared for the video and I make book reports. So I think I'm very knowledgeable guy. But what I want to say is that your rational phase, in the phase of learning or learning about personal development, is at a certain moment over. Osho had also some period in his life that he stopped with reading, 3 years of no reading, and dived more and more into meditation. So your deeper energetic system wants on a certain moment more and more meditation, hours and hours of meditation. My body becomes thirsty. By society conditions, you will become thirsty of knowledge, right? Some addiction to knowledge can be existing. Knowledge, exam, knowledge, exam, right? That is what society is giving you, is a kind of addiction to knowledge, and you will be fulfilled. Every day wants to learn something new. And it's of course excited, and I love to read. I love to have new knowledge. But over time, who was never opening up? Who has never feel the ecstaticness of the chakras? Who can believe what someone is writing down there, right? So the books will become more boring and boring. And people make mistakes in their reasoning, in their argumentative way. because they didn't find the source, they didn't find the flower, they didn't find the ecstaticness in the inner beings. How I can trust all those mediocre writers in the bookstore if they didn't opening up, who were not in contact with higher realms, who were fighting bullshit, not centered, not with a high information density, not with a kind of sensitivity in their writing skills. So I don't go to mediocre bookstores anymore. No way. No way. So at a certain moment, if you're going through the rational phase in personal development, you go reading and do courses and courses. And by me, after 3 years, 3.5 years, the phase of knowledge is becoming over and over, because the only thing is the source, the only thing is the seven centers, that is the core, that's the essence. And of course, reading is also a kind of meditation, but meditation is more deeper than reading. When you meditate, you come by the source, by the seven centers, and my body become more thirsty to meditate. It was first knowledge what makes me happy. More knowledge, more books, more reading, more writing, more articles. You know that I did 3 studies, 2 masters, PhD. Knowledge. And then a certain moment it's over. There's nothing anymore to learn. There's nothing interesting to learn anymore. That phase will be over and over, and I like to teach, I like to speak. I'm going to that, to speak and to talk. But certain moments over. It's over with knowledge. And your energetic system, and there I want to go to, is transfer from knowledge to meditation, to energy transmission in your body. That's what you want. That's what your soul wants. Your soul wants to become enlightened. Your soul wants to feel the ecstaticness in your inner being. So my body is thirsty in reaching higher stages through meditation. So you go from knowledge, from borrowed knowledge, from books, you go more into energy transmission. So if you're going deeper into life coaching, that's what you see. At a certain moment, there's nothing to know anymore, and just everything what you're doing is energy. Everything what you're doing is energy and love, energy and love, meditation and love, meditation and love, meditation and love. So core essence of life. On the deepest point, in the deepest life wisdom, why you're here, it's meditation and love, compassion, meditation, love, compassion, meditation, love, compassion. That's the deepest essence why you're here. There's no other reason to hear. So, love, touching, reproduction, children, family, love, meditation, compassion. There's no knowledge needed anymore to reach that essence. And at the moment you start with meditation and not 10 minutes, that's what the most people are doing, some 10 minutes guided meditation. If you're going hours and hours in meditation, you will become very happy, very happy. And then you lose your friends. That's what Osho is writing, page 39. Unhappy friends are always connected with unhappy friends. So if you're only 1% of the most happy persons in the world, it's difficult to find friends anymore. People are always wants to have unhappy stories and hear the stories of other people who are so unhappy. Why is that? Because then you feel less unhappy than the other person. So if the other person are unhappy and you hear the stories, the drama there, you feel okay because someone else is more unhappy than you. But if you go to someone who is very happy and don't have to say a lot, not putting drama on you, you feeling unhappy and you feeling inimical, you're feeling lower than that other person because he's more happy than you. And that is much more confrontating than going to a person who's more unhappy than you. And then people can become jealous on you because you're so extremely happy with your meditation and with your self-love. You love yourself so much. You love yourself so much. And other people become jealous. You're not interested anymore in that drama talks, jealousy talks, the quarreling of society. The quarreling of society talks. You're not interested in it anymore. Everything leads, if you meditate from years and years and years, when the flowering is growing, everything in your system leads to the opening of the Sahasrara and the opening of the crown chakra. That's the most important chakra in your energy system. You have 7 centers, 2 palm chakras, 3 hearts on a row in your mid field here, and 3rd eye chakra, and then the crown chakra. So opening up of the Sahasrara is one of the most important things. And not only opening up, but also attaining. So if you want to reach enlightenment and feeling the ecstaticness of your inner chakras, you have to be becoming aware also by your crown. So feeling some slightly ecstatic feeling in your crown, that's positive. Then you opened your crown, but also to hold your crown. That's the most difficult thing, to hold your crown all the day, to be constant aware. Talked last video also about earth consciousness. You have to earn it. No one comes enlightened on earth. You have to earn consciousness. Consciousness you have to earn. It's arduous effort to hold the seven centers and to talk, to write, to read, to act in daily life with constant awareness, with constant the mind, the higher mind, focusing on these seven centers. Sahasrar, and if you read Sarasrar, the explosion of Sarasrar, there's nothing to know anymore. Nowhere to go. You reached, you opened up, you reached, and then it is holding all the centers, and be aware of the centers. Be aware and hold, then everything will be happen more effortless. Everything will be happen more chill, without conflicts, without drama, without shame, without guilty feelings. Everything will be smooth in your life. There's no reason to worrying. There's nowhere to go. The Sahasrar is also the total dissolution of your ego. So your ego will be complete down. The opening of the Sahasrar and the total opening and total awakening of the Sahasrar means the total dissolution of the ego-mind mechanism. So your ego-mind mechanism is down. There is no ego anymore. And if you want to know what the ego is, and I make some 2.5 hours, 2 hours 45 minutes seminar, it's online on my YouTube channel, about the dissolving of the ego. So every behavioral pattern of the ego will be discussed there. So Sahasrar, seven centers, are total dissolution of the ego. There's no ego anymore. Now I want to read some pages of the Sahasrar, because it's the very important topic. 55. When who has reached the Sahasrar, he arrived home. So it's home. Sahasrar is your ultimate home. And come to rest. So the Bible said 6 days, and then the 7th day God was completing the earth and took rest. That's the synonym of the opening of the seven centers. So one who reached Sahasrar is home, and arrived home and have rest. And that rest is, of course, the stillness mind. Your mind is complete still and complete aware and complete in a restful state. So Sahasrara is mindless. You have no mind anymore. You have no thoughts anymore. The higher mind focusing on the Sahasrara is rest. 55. 58. Sahasrara is the center of rest. Absolute rest. You have arrived. Now there is nowhere to go. So there is nowhere to go. Everything is okay. You're complete, satisfied with the moment as it is. You're enjoying the moment fully. And you're thirsty always. You're always thirsty. So Sahasrara is the center of rest. And there's nowhere to go. This is it. This your end stage of ultimate personal development. So many coaches are talking about personal development. Spiritual, religious growth in optima forma is the opening and attaining of the Sahasrara. That is the ultimate development of personal growth. There is no further growth energetic wise than connected with the Sahasrara. Page 122. One who has attained to Sahasrara is a master. Important is not opening up, but attained. Attaining the flower means attaining is constant be there. And that costs a lot of effort and mind work. And mind work is that I can go with my mind to my 7 centers. That is the mind knack. Osho calls it also knack. One who has attained to Sahasrara is a master. One who has dropped his minus, and his minus is his ego. So the opening of and attaining of the 7 centers is drop the minus, is drop the ego. There are in your actions no ego motives anymore. And has become a vehicle for the plus energy of a God. So you become a transfer from the God energy to the people. That's interesting. So you get the higher spirit from the Sahasrara, from heaven, from the cosmic consciousness, from the holy universe, and you're connected to the higher cosmic consciousness, to your Sahasrara is coming in, it's coming in there, and you will be the transfer to the people. So you are raising up worldly consciousness levels. So that's what's happening with the opening of the Sahasrara, is that you're connected with cosmic energy and cosmic consciousness. You can call it God. And it goes down in your system. And then you can transfer that energy to your surroundings and to the people you watch in the eyes or you touch. One has become love, who is no more a crowd. So when someone opens the Sahasrara as last chakra, and it starts with the Hidradha chakra and the three hearts on a row, palm chakra, third eye chakra, opening up, attaining, attaining. One who has reached Sahasrara is no more crowd anymore. His speaking, his being, his energy field is such from a different field, level, then you're out of crowd, out of society. You're really out of it. You're no more a crowd. You can't be a crowd because people are operating on 200, 180 consciousness levels. A person who is opening up and attaining the Sahasrara is acting on 800, 900, maybe 1000, maybe 700 consciousness. So that's far and far in the energy field, above the mass, above the crowd. So you have to escape. You have to escape from the crowd. Otherwise you're too attached to the lower spiritual energy fields. One 6-2. Thousand pellared lotus. You will become a 1000 pellared lotus by opening up the Sahasrara. So when I feel my Sahasrara is burning, it's wonderful feeling, it's warm, ecstatic in my head. My head is always in a circle, also warm. So I feel warm, and that's the 1000th pellared lotus. So the flowering of your head. You have came home. You're showering your fragrance and existence. Fully bloom of the 1000th pellared lotus. When you reach to the 7th, to the Sahasrara, page 195, to the ultimate grow in your being. So here is what Osho is saying, the ultimate grow in your being, the ultimate form of personal development. You will neither be a man nor a woman. That's very interesting. Your animus and anima are complete in balance. Complete. You have male qualities and you have female qualities. And they're even high. They reach the same level. Then you become really an alpha male or an alpha female. Alpha states. Alpha male is male and female together in one. He can fight if he wants to fight. He can care if he wants to care. And the same is also by a real alpha female. She does what she wants to do. She has her own opinion. She has her own striving. She can be a caring mother, but also she can be a very high sexual being. So alpha female, alpha male, you will reach that state if you opening up the Asal in your being. So then you reach higher spiritual consciousness levels, and you become male and female together in one. There will be oneness. Your inner male and your inner female will have intimacy together. You become oneness. They love each other. They were first unbalanced in your system, and now they love each other. They cuddling each other in your inner being. So that is the cuddling of your male and female energy in your system. That is oneness. That's personal development in optima forma. Both together in such an harmony. So you have a very harmony, energetic system. It's pure love inside, pure love inside. Only when you reach the seventh, only when you reach the Sazar, you can feel that. 204. And a man who has come to Samadhi, to optimal peace, the seventh chakra, what more is possible? He functions as a god. He is a full blown up existence. So if you feel that guy, you will have a full blown existence. He has come to the ultimate flowering. Now nothing is needed. There's nothing needed anymore in your life. You reached the higher spiritual realms of existence. Really thank you for watching this video about spiritual awakening and about some tactics, strategies, or behavioral patterns to reach the higher stages of spiritual awakening. I wish you a very wonderful day or eve. I don't know what time you watch this video, but I see you in the next by the next video. Hi.